be a little bit patient, that we are trying to talk to the ministry so they can also be able to sort it out. We found out where the problem was. And I do believe that the minister last night engaged the union leader to find out how they can be able to move forward. So I do believe that is okay so far, because I think my mind is to bring down the temperatures and enable them to talk so that we can sort out the issues, because going on strike doesn't really solve the issue. And I hope that they have already put aside the strike for another 2 weeks. So I hope that within that moment, that period of time will have sorted the issue. The issue of Mary Akinyi is new to me, in the sense that I haven't really perused what really happened. As I say, tomorrow I have a meeting with agencies and all the people that deal with agencies, including the National Employment Agency, about 1,000 people. You're welcome to come and cover the meeting at KICC, where we're going to have a talk about some of these things. And from that meeting, I'll come up with new regulations and new ways of doing things. What are the responsibilities of the agencies? What are the responsibilities of government? How do we license? How do we remove the frustration that agencies go through by being licensed? How do we deal with the corruption that I've been told about? I've been getting a lot of memos and a lot of stories about corruption within the National Employment Agencies and then other government agencies. How do we get rid of that? And also, how do we hold some of these agencies responsible? Because as has been said here, there are some that are just briefcase agencies, and there's a lot of money. I want to push personally that if somebody has gotten a job offer as a Kenyan, that they should not pay a shilling to go for that job, because this agency is being paid by that employer to get these people. So they should be able to cater. It just means that, yes, you take less profit, but it's less profit that supports it. We want to look at how we put money aside for emergencies. How do we make sure that there's money put aside by the agencies, by the government, by others, so that in case of somebody goes out there, gets hurt, gets injured.
We had suggested that this go Japanese way, where we have an independent productivity center and funded by both government employers and private sector, so that if somebody wants to know how the economy is performing, you go and collect the data from independent productivity center, and then it forms the basis for collective bargaining in that particular sector. Those are the things you'll have to look at as you stay here, and make sure we will make sure we give you support. Lastly, we talked about looming strikes. We fought hard in the new constitution in Article 41, which is in Chapter 6, in the Bill of Rights. There is no way you can do away with picketing or strikes in this country. But I'm so much impressed with your promise that you'll try as much as possible to make sure that once a union has issued a strike notice, you will forestall it by making sure that you convene a meeting of those concerned, that you sort it out. I have assured you on that, Honorable Minister, that we as a responsible trade union, we also don't like strikes, because strikes are, if they are not properly managed, are part of irresponsible, poor negotiators. But the best negotiators, once a strike notice has been issued by the union, you should enter into negotiations immediately and enter into an agreement. And that is how it is done here and elsewhere internationally, so that you don't let people go to the streets, a lot of hours wasted and so on something small, minor, that would have been sorted out. We, Honorable Minister, we carry out economic and industrial development of your sector before we put in a strike notice. We must know how much you have made this year, what is the profit, how many cars your company has bought, and how much are you trying to deny the workers, and what are your returns to the register of companies, how much have you declared in terms of profit, and how much have you paid KRA and so on, and how much money you have stashed in outside the country and so on, before you come and mix. We are very, very responsible on research, and KOTU has a very serious economic and research department. And I will tell you, Honorable minister during Kibaki's time, we were the first organ to come out with proper economic research, telling Kenyans that after 3 years, we have moved from 2% of non-performing economy by our, I am Kanu now, I'm still in Kanu only. We Kanu had run down the government before, economy before Kibaki came in, and the court was the first organization to give that an alarm. And when we went fighting in 2007, we were at 7.1 of our total economy. When we were at 6%, 2006 banks were hawking. I did build my small cottage at home on a payslip, getting a loan, and that was marvelous. And I think that's where we